Hello, my name is Francis Nedvedic. I'm a Principal Technology Analyst with AutoSens. Today, you are watching AutoSens Insights, and we're speaking with Andreas von Felde. He is General Manager for the EU at StradVision. Welcome, Andreas.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
So, Andreas, if you don't mind, let's take a little tour around StradVision. You're basically a camera-based perception company. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, so that's correct. So we focus on camera-based perception. The company was founded in 2014, but has grown to more than 150 employees. And basically what we offer is all kinds of detections. So whether it comes to vehicle detection, pedestrian detection, lane detection, free space detection, traffic light detection recognition, traffic sign detection recognition, ML detection. So you name it. We do that for L4 to from L2 to L4 with one or multiple cameras, up to 9 cameras currently, front, rear, side, surround view. And we cater this to all use cases you have in passenger car environments, truck and shuttle business. And we do that fully customized. So we currently offer this on, I think, more than 14 SoC platforms. But what is especially worth mentioning is what are the unique selling points of StradVision compared to competition. So we offer a very mature solution, which is reflected by many production programs we have won in the past. Our numbers in terms of KPIs, key performance indicators, are highly competitive and well-recognized industry. And we provide this with high quality, which means we are among the first providing ASIL-B ready systems and ASPICE Level 2 certifications. I think the most important selling point is that our technology is very efficient. So efficiency means the performance ratio by compute power or by cost or by power consumption. And we excel in this because we very tightly integrate and jointly optimize hardware and software. And therefore, we keep a very close relationship with the semiconductor OEMs. For instance, we are ARCA consortium member. So we have an early notice of the next architectures coming up. Actually, we even influence it. And to gain the competitive edge, we integrate hardware and software. We jointly optimize it. And that is key in this business, I think.
Okay, so you look from the hardware producers all the way through the value chain to the end user practically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and in terms of your technology development and strategy progression, compared with where you were last year, where do you stay today?
So we have improved a lot our own deep neural network. It's called StradVisionNet, or short SVNet. We have extended our data collection. We have further developed our data labeling tool suite. We invested a lot in unsupervised learning. And we did this for higher resolution, for more cameras. And all ends up in much better KPIs, in new objects that we detect, like ground markings, parking space, general objects. We do instant segmentation, and we apply this to what is on demand. Highway driving assist, surround view monitoring, augmented reality head-up displays, VSLAM technologies also that we offer it. We now have ready demo versions of pseudo LiDAR and depth map. And as work in progress, we do sensor fusion. So that's basically what we have achieved the past 12 months.
And you are actively performing business development over this whole range of new features and products you described.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're actually in quite a few different markets.
We mainly provide this for the automotive market. In the past, we have also done it for the aftermarket, but we are now in a number of production programs. Actually, some are already ended, and our systems are in the field. We also provide it for shuttles and robotics and last mile vehicles, but the main part is the automotive passenger and truck market.
Okay, and your real core technology focuses around monitoring. It could be all around the car, what's in front, but can you describe that technology a little bit different, and how is it placed in this world of autonomous driving specifically?
Yeah, so in autonomous driving, we focus on the camera-based environment perception. We also use radar and LiDAR for providing ground truths, and we do see a market where we have to integrate with other sensors, and therefore we have started a collaboration with partners where we, for instance, integrate with a LiDAR perception manufacturer. But I think the camera-based environment perception is still on high demand. It's a very versatile sensor, provides information that radar and LiDAR cannot provide. Think of, for instance, traffic sign detection and other things. And that is our turf, and we excel in this. We are quite competitive.
And your latest system uses heads-up display technology or features. Can you describe that a little bit? How much of that do you do? Where's the interface? How does it work?
Once you have mastered the forward-facing camera challenge and provide high-performing object detection at high speed and far distance, then the next evolution step is to throw this into an augmented reality head-up display. Mm-hmm. So, currently, you get warnings and navigation information for the driver. But what hasn't happened is that you put it in direct line of sight. So basically you overlay it onto the real object that the driver is seeing without taking his eyes off of the road. And that actually provides the driver with higher awareness, actually makes him a better driver. And when it comes to critical situations, you will have a much shorter reaction time. So it's also safer driving. And that's why we have a focus on this kind of application, because we think it's a strong candidate for something that will become a standard feature and therefore will penetrate the mass market. Simply because with the system technology you need, and it becomes affordable, the forward-facing camera plus the deep neural network, you have such a gain in safety that this will be, we believe, something that is maybe standard soon as an ADAS feature in the broad market, not in the high-class vehicles.
In relation to LiDAR, how do you use or integrate or deal with LiDAR on the market? Because it's been very strong to this point. Of course, humans use eyes, they see things as cameras. Where do you see that going?
Yeah, I think there are basically two markets that fall apart. So we believe there is a market without LiDAR and a market with LiDAR and also radar. The reason is when you like to do highly automated driving, you need a precise 3D in real time. And that's why LiDARs are demanded, but LiDARs are very compute power hungry. They're still expensive. So they only pay off in expensive vehicles where the customer is willing to pay for that. If you look at the evolution from L2 to L3, L4, L5, there is kind of a territory that's hard to penetrate. So in the L2 arena up to, let's say, L2 plus 2.9, have affordable camera systems that even work on mid-segments SoCs, those deep neural networks. At least the network we provide can work on chip technology that is moderately priced. And you have a big gain in ADAS feature that helps the driver and makes your driving more safe. When you then start moving into the L3 territory, the systems become very expensive, especially if you have to add LiDAR. But the benefit for the driver is not given because he still has to come back to the wheel. Only if you go up to highly automated systems, where you actually can save the cost of the driver because you don't need it anymore, then even a very expensive system all of a sudden has a business case. And the territory in between is kind of hard to penetrate. So therefore, we think there's a market for L4 with expensive sensor technology. And we developed for this market together with a partner. We just announced in July this year that we work with WeChat, which is also a Korean-based company. They are doing LiDAR perception, and we combine it with our StradVision network technology. And for the non-LiDAR market, we try to do the best out of camera-based environment perception. Actually, there are two options. There's a stereo camera, because the weakness of cameras is the depth estimation. But we have developed technology to get the most out of a mono camera setup. I can explain it even further if that is what you like to hear.
Well, maybe because you brought up you had such a technology or technical rich paragraph there, I should say. You spoke about, okay, your technologies in terms of camera. You talk about fusion, radar, LiDAR. How do these things come together? You have partners. Can you explain that a little bit so that we can parse this in some way?
Okay, so basically, if we work on camera-based environment perception, we have everything in-house. So we have your own data collection in various countries, more than 10 million miles of video footage from roads in Korea, China, Japan, Germany, US, around the world. We have our semi-automatic data annotation engine. We have our technology for supervised, unsupervised learning. We have our own deep neural network that not relies on any third-party tools like Café or other typical networks. And we develop fully customized on various SoC platforms, actually on all SoCs that are currently on vogue in automotive industry, let it be Texas Instruments chips, Renesas chips, of course, NVIDIA, but also Umbrella, and even chips like Qualcomm, because we see a merger of infotainment and others in some areas like augmented reality head-up displays. So camera-based environment perception, we do it completely in-house. And what we provide as an output is object lists, what classified objects are in the environment, at what distance, at what velocity relative to the ego vehicle, with confidence level and so forth. When it comes to other sensors like LiDAR, or it comes to superior visualization, we work with partners because that's beyond our turf. We do not want to reinvent the wheel. And there are very capable companies around. And as I said, one is WeChat, that is a company providing LiDAR perception. Is that clear?
That answers my question completely. So because I have an imagination where you have this wealth of knowledge and technology, and you have standing backwards different types of from the chips and other input technologies and outward towards the heads of display and other monitor type techniques. How does a company find you? I could imagine, okay, if you're a large automotive maker, I understand if you make some of these specialized chips for perception and for computing these types of matrices and et cetera required in this technology. But you're in a lot of markets. How does a company seek you out and engage with you?
Okay, that part is actually no longer that complicated. We are, in the meantime, well established. We are in more than 50 vehicles with our technologies. We are doing SOP programs. I think it's 9 OEMs we're working currently with. We have established subsidiaries around the world, primarily for sales, like just in the recent past in China, in Japan, in Germany, in US. We have opened local offices for algorithm engineer support, local support also of field application engineers. We visit and exhibit on the typical conference like CES in Las Vegas, like the AutoSens in Brussels that is upcoming. We do year-round several road tours where we visit customers. The next road tour is in the second half of September, where we see most of our customers in Central Europe. Besides that, we show our demo vehicles on the road. We provide our software stack for lab testing, where you can also investigate all the metadata. And we use, of course, the social media and YouTube channels to basically proliferate our video clips from field testing. So that isn't hard anymore. Yeah, I think we are well known in the meantime. Yeah.
You have it all wrapped up, I think. So it sounds to me like it's more or less full speed ahead and execution and shipping products. Good. So is there any? You said you're in Brussels in September. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think what we will do is we will continue on the path. I think we have chosen the right path in the past. If you think of the autonomous driving and the advanced ADAS systems as a triangle where you have to optimize cost, compute power, and performance, how you balance this. I think there was never a topic about cost. Cost has to come down automotive all the time. There's compute power you can waste. And in terms of performance, actually the appetite for more performance and more features is always growing. So the right solution for that is to have highly efficient platforms. That's where StradVision excels. So we provide, after signing NDAs, our KPIs by function, by detection job, by frame per seconds to the tier 1 and OEM industry. And the feedback is that these numbers are very competitive. And that actually is how we are able to sell in the market.
Thank you very much, Andreas van Felde, General Manager for the EU StradVision. You've been watching AutoSens Insights. Watch us on our YouTube channel. Look us up in the internet. Happy to see you again. Thank you.